Man, I'ma just keep it real with y'all. Reverse boosting on this game sucks. Don't get me wrong, I love it when I get into those easy lobbies and I'm able to have fun, but the actual process of reverse boosting is so tedious and time wasting. You're literally just sitting there for like 30 to 40 to 50 minutes just killing yourself over and over again, running into enemies, and doing really badly 5 games in a row doesn't sound like a lot, but over time, the time just adds up so much. The end result is kind of worth it, but god, it really sucks when you have to do it. You would think that every lobby I actually try in is a result of me reverse boosting into that lobby, but that's actually not the case. I encourage reverse boosting, and I've explained why so in my previous videos, but I actually don't do it as often as you would think. Like tonight, for example, it is quarter to 11 when I'm recording this video because obviously I have work, so I couldn't record it any earlier. But if I actually have time to stay on and play this game, I won't reverse boost into my lobbies because it's just a waste of time. The only times I ever reverse boost are when I have a lot of free time to kill, because then I don't mind giving up that time to get into easier lobbies. But say if I have like 1 or 2 hours of game time, then I'm not gonna bother reverse boosting. It's just not worth it at that point. So if I do end up going into legitimate lobbies and hitting clips, well then it's probably just luck, or I don't know, skill-based matchmaking fucked up. But anyway, I've talked enough about skill-based matchmaking and reverse boosting for a few videos. I want to talk about a content update that is coming to this game, I believe December 3rd? I do think now is the perfect time to start adding things to this game because I do feel like it's starting to get a little bit stale. I mean, fuck, this game was getting stale to a lot of people 2 days into it, so I'm pretty lucky that I've enjoyed it this much. However, I was starting to ask myself, you know, when are we gonna get some new content? And we are going to be getting that December 3rd, which I think is fantastic. In fact, it's not just a little bit of content, we're getting a lot of content. Supposedly the biggest content drop of all time for Call of Duty, which is huge. I'm gonna run the picture up that was posted on social media, but yeah, according to Call of Duty, this is the biggest content drop that they've ever had in the history of this franchise. And I mean, by the looks of it, I definitely have to give credit where credit is due. This is definitely the biggest content drop they have ever made. We have some new multiplayer maps, Crash, Vacant, and Shipment. Now, new in quotations because they're not actually new. These are remasters, and some people have been asking for remastered maps because they're not a fan of the maps that are in the base game. Now, personally, I don't think these are the worst maps in the world. I don't think they're that great, but as you guys know, for some reason, Piccadilly is my favorite map in this game, which is really weird. I do think there are some really bad maps on this game, though, like Azir Cave, Ramaza, I think it's called. I'm not a huge fan of that map. I definitely think it could be worse, but not by a whole lot. Either way, it is nice to see that they're going to be adding new maps. However, I am not a huge fan of this because with Call of Duty Black Ops 4, it basically turned me off of the idea of remasters as a whole. Call of Duty Black Ops 4 was such a recycled game that I was just so sick of remastered maps. For people who absolutely hate the base maps in this game, they're going to love this, of course. Unless you're someone like 402 Thunder, who has literally been bitching about the maps in this game, asking for remasters, and now that you have them, you're just complaining more on Twitter, saying y'all are excited to play the same maps over and over again. Dude, you literally asked for them to remaster maps. Why are you such a hypocrite? I like your content, but some of your arguments are just fucking backwards sometimes. From my own personal stance, I'm not a huge fan of remastered maps. I'm kind of sad that there are no normal multiplayer maps that are just completely new. There is a new Ground War map, and that's cool, and there are some new gunfight maps, which I think is awesome. However, for the base game, normal 6v6 or 10v10, I don't see any new original maps, which I'm kind of disappointed about. A lot of people are saying they should do remasters because the old maps are gold and they're really fucking good. However, I think they should put more focus into creating new maps that are good as well, and not just flushing out recycled content all the time. But anyway, just because I'm a little bit disappointed doesn't mean that I'm going to hate the maps. I still think the maps are good. Crash is definitely a fan favorite from Call of Duty 4. Vacant is awesome, and so is Shipment. So, I mean, I'm not going to absolutely hate these maps. I just wish there was a little bit more originality. By the way, I just want to mention that I did not reverse boost for this video, but for some reason I'm coming into lobbies with really low-leveled players. It could be the result of last night. Maybe I reverse boosted last night and it's kind of carrying over into this video, but I just wanted to point that out. I didn't reverse boost for this video. I just hopped on, started recording, and for some reason, I'm getting into easy lobbies. Maybe it was something with that recent update that they changed. Maybe they removed skill-based matchmaking, and if they did, Holy shit, that would be amazing. Other things that are coming to this content drop, we're also getting some new operators, we're getting some new game modes, which I think is great. The fact that they're releasing new game modes as well is awesome. There are some ones that are brought back from older Call of Duties, like Infected, for example. I'm actually pretty excited Infected is coming back because I just want to have fun with this game. I'm not stressing about clips, I'm not stressing about gameplays, so Infected would be a nice touch to kind of switch things up a little bit. Because that game mode is known for being casual. It's not supposed to be something you take seriously, so yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. There are some new Special Ops missions, and honestly, this isn't even worth mentioning because Special Ops, I've never jumped into it, but from what I hear from YouTubers who reviewed the game mode, it is absolute garbage. It is like one of the worst things they have ever implemented into Call of Duty. Literally, like, nobody is even talking about the new Special Ops missions because Special Ops is that garbage in this game, and honestly, I don't blame them. I'm not even really focused on this. I could care less. And the final thing they're releasing with this content drop, and I think this is pretty cool. I was really surprised when I saw this. Keep in mind that this whole content drop is completely free for everybody. Season 1 is going to be starting and you'll be able to buy the battle pass system and such. However, what you guys saw on screen, that's all free, and that includes weapons. There are 2 new weapons coming to this game. The Ram 7, which I believe is a TAR 21, and the Holger 25, which to me looks like an LMG. 2 new weapons are being added, along with the rest of the content that you saw in that picture. Like, that's a significant amount of content. It's definitely not small. But the main thing to take away from this is that the weapons aren't in supply drops. There are no supply drops in this game yet, which I hope they keep it that way. Infinity Ward, Activision, don't ruin this game, okay? This game doesn't have a good reputation to begin with. But anyway, as I was saying, these weapons are not going to be hidden behind any paywall whatsoever. You're just going to be able to play and unlock them, which I think is really surprising and fantastic for the franchise. I'm going to give credit where credit is due. I think it's fantastic that they're deciding to actually give out weapons for free, but I will say it, keep it up. Don't decide to go back on this a few months down the road and implement supply drops and stick the weapons in there. Keep it like this for the entirety of the game's life cycle, and Activision, Infinity Ward, every Call of Duty developer, you will gain back the reputation that you've lost over all of these years. I am a little bit bummed that there's no new sniper rifle. However, I can't really argue. There are a lot of sniper rifles in this game to use. There's the MK2 carbine, there's the Kar98K, there's the HDR, the AX50, the Dragunov. There are a lot of sniper rifles to play around with in this game. I haven't even mastered all of them yet. I'm just using the AX50 because it's the one that I feel most comfortable with. So maybe in the next content drop or the one after that, we're gonna see a new sniper rifle, which would be very nice. Please, please, just add the intervention back. That's all I want. I'm a huge Modern Warfare 2 fan. I would love to see the intervention. Oh, and if you guys decide to hide it behind a paywall, I am quitting this game. If they add the intervention to this game and add supply drops and stick that weapon in there, I'm just done. I'm not gonna fucking play this game again. But yeah, either way, I'm pretty excited for this content drop. I think this is a fantastic change of pace for Call of Duty. I really hope they keep this up. I hope that this is the way content drops from now on in this game. One final note I want to make is that all of this is going to be available on all platforms on the same day. I think that's great because I'm not playing on PS4, I'm playing on PC, so it's nice to know that I'm sort of kept in mind. Don't get me wrong, it's Activision. They don't give a fuck about anybody, but it's nice to see that I'm not going to have to wait for this and I'll be able to make videos on it as soon as it comes out. I'm looking forward to that. I hope you guys are looking forward to that video, but until then, I'm gonna wrap it up here. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much the end of the video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you smack the like button. If you want to stay up to date with my content, please be sure to subscribe. I'll have my last video in the corner. If you haven't checked that out already, definitely make sure to check it out. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.